York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
We talked about how do we think Julius Randle can keep up this production, right? The Knicks drafted Obi Toppin, and Ryan, we kind of talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Knicks drafted Obi Toppin to be the man. Obi Toppin has only played one preseason game, or he had one good preseason
one
game.
regular season.
One good preseason game. A couple of games where he showed some flashes, because he was passing, and then he one game in the regular season, and now he's out. And now a lot of people are saying, we should move Randle while his stock is high. Where do you stand on the trading Randle decision? Are you trying to trade him as soon as the deadline hit? Are you trying to extend him? How do you feel about it? Is it too early for you? How do you feel about this?
I want to keep him. I want to keep him because I'm looking at how Denver used Porter Jr. When they had the veteran power forward, they had Grant on the other side, and then they had Porter Jr. biting at the bit to get in the game. I like to use Obi in that same way. Keep so that whenever Mitchell Robinson is out or even Nerlens Noel, you can still. I at the beginning of the season thought it was ludicrous to try to play Randle with Obi. But the way Randle is playing defense now, I think is more feasible because that was my problem because of the defense.
That's a good point.
So the way Randle is playing on defense, I can live with putting them out there for stretches. So now you don't have it. I mean, I want Obi, and this is the thing about Thibodeau. He's not going to let you on the court unless you're 100%. So, you might be 80%. He's not going to let you play. You got to be 100%. So when Obi plays and he's 100%, and he's going to give him his minutes. I think he's going to get 15, 20 minutes a game, 24 minutes a game. That gives him a chance to develop properly. And then he has incentive to try to beat Randle out. But you can't. I'm just saying like this. It's like you bought a car and nobody wanted it. It was an old Benz. And then all of a sudden you got it fixed up. You put new parts in it. You got the paint job. Now everybody wants to buy it from you. And you like, Dick, I put this car together, man. I think I want to hold on to it. And so that's what I'm thinking with Randle. Tibbs has turned this man into Frankenstein, man. I mean, he's the mad scientist that got this guy.
It's Fizz's fault, man.
Yeah, he got this guy to all-star level. So I'm saying you got to get a guy to all-star level and then trade an all-star? I mean, how's that going to look? I don't think so. I'm going to keep, and I'm not extending him yet. I'm going to wait. I want the whole next year, exercise the option, give him his $20 million, and then let's see what happens at the end of next year. That's what I want.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Jared, that's why I like you, man. You're smart.
Let's pause for a second. This episode was brought to you by Manscaped. All right, fellas, Valentine's Day is on the way. You want to make sure down there is clean, fair, and square. Manscaped Trimmer 2.0. It does not nick your knickers. It doesn't grab your hairs. It has an LED light so you can see what's going on down there. It's waterproof and is guaranteed to make your lady happy. All right, so definitely pick up the Trimmer 2.0. And also my personal recommendation, and Ryan backs me up, the ball deodorant.
Exactly. I've been using the ball deodorant since even before this whole sponsorship. I've been using the ball deodorant. It works great. It works well. The ladies, if that moment comes, the ladies go down there and they're satisfied. It smells nice and good. So go get you some.
Go get you some. All right. Yeah. Man, go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code KOT. All right. That is 20% off and free shipping with code KOT if you go to manscaped.com. And you know what? If you trim down there, send all before and after pictures to Ryan's Gmail account at Ryan. Okay,
no.
All right, never mind. KOT. That is the code. Manscaped.
Exactly.
That's what I like. The argument was ship him out, right? Just ship him out now because we came here to get Obi and we want to give Obi his run. But I'm just like, we've seen one preseason game of Obi.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
let the man prove himself. Like, I know what he's projected to be, and I have faith in Obi. I was going on and on about Obi when he's coming here, so I feel like he'll be fine. But that's still a feeling. I still have to see it.
Right.
Like, to me, at this point, right, we've always complained that Randle has empty stats and doesn't make anybody better. Now he's actually making plays around him better. And you want to trade him immediately? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
See, the whole trading scenario had to do with him playing exactly as he played last year.
Right.
That was the trading scenario. So if he was going to be turning the ball over and not passing, if he was going to be taking the ball out of people's hands, if he was going to be forcing bad shots and not playing defense, now I'm saying, okay, what can I get for him? But you got a guy that's playing really good defense right now. He's seeing the floor. He's averaging, 8 assists a game? 7, 8? Something like that?
7.
No, you don't trade him. You're talking about all-star level guy right now. So let me ask you this. Just say you have Eastern Conference power forward all-star on your team and you want to trade him. What are you going to get for him? What do you want for him?
That's the next question.
What do you want for him?
The next question.
You got to get a boatload for him. So unless you're giving me your 2021 top 10 first, you're giving me, some young player. All right, we could talk then. But other than that, no, I'm not trading.
I agree with you because that's the other argument. The other argument is, well, I'm going to get a pick. We can get a pick for him. I'm like, all right, you'll get a pick for Julius Randle, right? Cool. Are you getting a pick in the 15 range that's going to average 20 points, 10 rebounds?
Right.
And let's say his assists go down. 6 assists.
Right.
Are you going to get that from your 15 pick?
35% free.
I don't like. To me, it's like it really depends on a few things. It depends if what Obi shows you. It depends on what the haul is. Can we get something of close to the same production at another position of need, meaning point guard or wing? I
don't want to trade him, man. I don't want to trade him. We got Alec Burks in the wing right now behind RJ.
Right.
We don't really need a wing. I like Alec Burks. I mean, we got Alec Burks. We got IQ. We got Austin Rivers. I think we're pretty good at the guard right now. And so we're good. So, I mean, you get another guy that's as good as them, then they're going to be fighting for playing time, might get ugly. I think you got a good situation. I mean, to me, if you're going to get something for him, you got to be getting you getting a draft pick that's going to be Luka or something like that.
Exactly.
You get a draft pick
Fade for
Trae Young, somebody that's going to bring you getting Cade Cunningham and Suggs. You're getting something. You got to be getting Green. Give me Green and Suggs, right? Give my cousin Green. He ain't with my cousin.
Give your cousin Green.
Suggs. And then I'm in a future, like a 2020, because you're talking about a guy that's burgeoning all-star is age 26 right now. That's what you're talking about. So
yeah,
you can't just do that. No. If he's playing like he was last year, like I said, if he wasn't passing, if he wasn't playing D, I mean, I was blown away. Yesterday, I'm stupid. Like I get crazy about the dumbest things. So when I saw him consistently show double team and sprint back to his man, I was like, no, keep this kid. No, that's it.
How many times did we watch him last year just be like, just throw his hands up? He's like, I'll just jog back to
take the ball out. Like I was
the
like,
fake defense, hand up. Like what? He's celebrating when he shut down Sabonis. He's flexing. I was like, yes.
That I was literally jumping up and down when he stole that ball and dunked it. I was jumping up and down. I could not believe. I said, "Is that Julius?" And that's what the thing. I've been saying that since the preseason. I keep telling, "Is that Julius Randle?"
That's that. I look like him. He's the same.
Is that him?
His braids are nicer.
That guy just passed the ball. Is that Julius Randle?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? There is some things that we need to work on, though. There is some things that we need to work on, but we're moving in the right direction, right? Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. I got some stats for you. This is the Tom Thibodeau appreciation segment, all right? I got some stats for you. Because so far we are, we're 3-3. I don't know, depending on when you listen to this episode, maybe we're up or down. Right? But
I'm gonna say if you listen to this episode, we're probably 4-3.
There you go. There it is.
Already when it gets Atlanta.
Exactly. But
I did want to give some thoughts though.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because of the Julius Randle trade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a person where I'm trying to go along the lines of I'm trying to get a superstar player here or potential superstar player here. So would I keep Julius Randle? If the circumstances say keep him, yeah, I would keep him. As in regards to the Knicks' record at the All-Star break, if the Knicks actually look like they're going to be a playoff team, yeah, I would keep him for the season and then extend him next season. Of course, I would do that. And then again, if the Knicks are showing that, like for example, Toppin looks like he's not ready, then yeah, I would keep Randle for another season and keep him for the rest of the season and extend next season as well. My thing is, I'm not going to be the type of person to be like hell-bent, okay, we're keeping him this season no matter what. Because say, for example, things start to go bad for the Knicks. And say, for example, the Knicks start to fall off. Despite the fact Julius Randle is playing well. Which, I mean, to be real about it, if you're looking at the Knicks' current history or recent history, it's a possibility that the Knicks might fall off. I'm not predicting that they will, but I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if that's the case, and I see like, say for example, the Knicks are like way under 500, they start falling off or whatever the case may be, then in that case, I'm like, I'm trying to build assets and I'm trying to trade Randle because Randle's our best piece and see what we can get back in return for him. And then hopefully we're hoping that wherever we land in the draft status, it'll be a top 3 pick or so you can get one of these game-changing guys from the
If we get a top 3 pick, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is I'm keeping my options open. I'm not just hell bent on keeping Randle. It's gonna definitely depend on how the Knicks are doing this season and Toppin's progress. So that's all I'm saying. I'm keeping options open. But of course, if the Knicks continue playing the way they're playing at the moment, yeah, I'm gonna keep Randle and extend him next season because like, at that point, it's like what sense does it really make? Like the Knicks can actually change the culture for once. Something make the playoffs something they haven't done since the 2012-2013 season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you have that, on the horizon, it's like it doesn't make sense to trade Randle at that point. You might as well just keep him and just ride the wave and see how far the Knicks can go.
So I agree with Ryan in a sense what he's saying. My assumption is that they're not going to fade because of Thibodeau, but based on our history, I can understand what Ryan's saying. So we get to the playoff and all of a sudden, they start wilting like a leaf, but Randle is still strong. You're gonna trade him. Now you're kind of wasting him, right? But if we're looking like a playoff team and we're developing nicely, and I'm keeping him because now he's part of the development process. He's part of that.
That's something that has to be talked about more.
Yeah. So I'll keep him at that point. But I agree with what Ryan is saying. I guess I just made the assumption we're not going to fold like we have in the past because we're not dependent on one player. And I think we got a situation where we got several guys that can step up. And if everybody's bought in, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, that's the man. And my brain is working, and I'm just like, all right, we have Alec Burks who can get buckets on his own. Yep. We have Austin Rivers who can play that role as well. For the first time in a long time, we have multiple people who could kind of create their own shot and create for others.
That's right.
We have 4. Yeah. We have 4 actually. Now think about it. We have IQ, Austin Rivers, Alec Burks, who's he's probably the end of the list, but still can to some degree, and Julius Randle.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think, when's the last time we had 4 potential playmakers on the team?
Right.
Never. I can't think of when we've had that in the last, I don't know how many years.
You know why? Because we're always looking for one star to save us.
New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.